Tip, and this is an update on on me taking over a dealership's pricing strategy. And this is the third video. You would see video 1 and 2. I was done last week, kind of a couple days in a row. And take a peek at those videos. I'll kind of recap here if you're interested on the progress that we're making and things I was trying to do. If you remember from the first video, if you watched it at all, I have this dealer, 300 plus cars in inventory, and they wanted us to take over the pricing for them. Now, there's a caveat to it. I had to not take over pricing initially till day 8, I think, or day 7. But then they wanted to slow me down a little bit and change it to where I don't touch vehicle data till day 19, give them a chance to get everything photoed and then get a shot to sell the car and position it. Now, the funny thing was, the reason why they wanted to slow me down is the manager started complaining about some grosses on cars because they were paying retail, full retail for cars, meaning, I think I gave an example on a car. It was an Equinox, a 18 Equinox. And, at day 21, I still had a price at 101%, but the catch was they were losing over $1,000 when I did that. And so, but the problem was, they paid 18 grand for it, and after service transportation, they owed it for 20, and the retail price, average retail, was $18,000. So I just positioned that car at average retail essentially, and they're losing money doing that. So again, but the funny thing was, a couple weeks later, doing a meeting with the management team, and the guy that was pushing back the most said, "Hey, Jason, if you would have asked me at the beginning of all this, if you were to lower my prices and my grosses were going to go up, I wouldn't have believed you." Now, his gross went up only $80 a copy, but again, we're still eating out of some age. And matter of fact, our pricing's up a little bit right now. So let me go with you. I'm going to show you the screen. I'm going to kind of show you again our progress that we've been making on this, and I need to find this. I'm going to share my screen right now and show you what's happening. I'm going to give you progress. So first thing I want to look at is kind of their 2-week sales rate. Again, what we try to do is carry what you sell, what you carry. If you got 100 in stock, and when you sell 100 in a month. So in 2 weeks, I want you to sell 50% of that, or 50 units. So our first chart that we're looking at is that goal. We want to sell 50% in a 2-week window. And we actually got there. You can see here March 14th, pace to sell 320 with 313 in stock. Notice that gray line, which is the percentage, it dropped off to 42%, and it kicked back up here just today. Now, the reason why is if you look at his inventory levels, he went from 313 in stock to 376. So he added 60 more cars. And so again, those cars just haven't had a chance to sell yet or position. So, but the biggest thing we're looking at is carry to sale rate. If you remember, or if you didn't know, I think their 60 plus was right at 8 to 11%, give or take. Back here again, 10%. My goal was to get this below 5%. In order to do that, I had to strangle off what I call the middle bucket. That was in the 30% range back in a certain period of time. And so you can see right here, it was at 21 and 9%, 30%. My goal was to get it under 25%, eventually under 20, but we position the inventory now 73% fresh, only 5% age. We're positioned really well. And again, you could see the markup in those. Then my next goal was to get their fresh sale rate above 60%, 60 to 70% fresh sale rate, and minimize this age sold. And if you can remember, the age sold was in the double digits, 11%, and even built up to 13% of their sales going out in 60 plus, as you can see, where there's minimal or no gross. So I wanted to bring that down, and we're positioning, we're getting close. Again, 62% fresh, and getting a lot of that fresh gone, too much out of the middle bucket. Here's my goal is to move about 3 to 5% of this 29% up to 62. I wanted that 62 around 65, 67%, and get this age down to, again, single digits. And I think our inventory positioning would be great. And again, as a reminder, initially the pricing went from 101 down to 99, just a 2% pivot. And again, within a week from that, the dealer, the manager that was pushing back said, even though we dropped the price, he was surprised his gross went up. And the reason why we're selling more fresh. Notice our positioning on the pricing, though. It's back up to 102. I did ask them to dial down last week some of the fresh. And then what I mean by that, they had some cars at 108. I was like, that's just move those 108s down to 106, okay? Move the 106 down to 104s. Move your 103s down to 101s, just to give me a little, because by pushing the fact that I can't touch a car till day 19, and you already started at 108 for 19 days, really puts us behind. If you did 106, that might get us ahead, because the dealer actually sells at 100% price to market. This dealer has a great reputation, huge inventory. They get a lot of action, and so they're able, typically, I have dealers that can't sell. They're not selling until it's 93, 95%. So depending on their size and the market and the competitiveness of their market. So we did position, again, I'll be doing a call later this afternoon with them. I'm going to ask them to probably, again, drop the price just about 1 or 2%, because we're able to sell, but we're at 102. I'd like to be 101 and still sell at 100. We're down at about 99%. Now, the thing about this, let me go back to how many they're selling. We're at 45%. I do anticipate by Wednesday, Thursday, we're hitting that 50%. But understand, they're on pace to sell 320, because we look at a 2-week sale rate. They sold 160 in 2 weeks. That would put them on pace for a month of 320 with 358 in stock. We're going to get that volume back up. But 320, keep that number in mind. They are on pace to sell 320 for the month. But look at this. What we call lot ready is cars fully photoed ready for sale. Okay. Fully photoed ready for sale means 15 or more photos. I want you to see their Auto Trader and cars.com lot ready is 123 units. So again, they're on pace to sell 320, but with only 120 fully photoed ready for sale. Only 34% of their current inventory, of the 358 cars, only 123 are fully photoed ready for sale. Man, could you imagine if this dealership had 50, 60, 70% of his photos ready for sale, how many units we'd be pushing out. But, and you can see as that photo percentage dropped from 47%, go back here, 49%, the second line below says Auto Trader percentage lot ready. 49% lot ready had dropped down to 34% lot ready. Look what happened to their VDPs at that same time. Okay, what happens with that then, as that drops off, guess what happens to my 0 to 15 sale rate? Notice they went from selling 29% 0 to 15 days old to 21%. So we've had a good 8 or 10% drop in that 0 to 15 sale rate because our photos are behind. That's my 5% difference. That's that 62% fresh sale rate. That's where I'm struggling, and I can't do anything about that. It's that turnaround time. They do admit it takes about 7 days to get that done. Man, if we can cut that down to 3 to 5, we'll hit everything. Again, even with the struggle, what they said, the grosses were up. Even though it's $80 a copy, grosses are up. We're going to transition over. We're going to get more fresh out. I'll be making adjustments today and tomorrow. I did some yesterday. That's where we've seen this little uptick in sales and stuff. We're going to start pivoting, and I'll give you another update here soon, but just keep you in the loop, kind of see how I attack an inventory. Hope this was helpful. If you like, let me go here. If you'd like to get a free inventory evaluation, see how Lotpop can help you, lotpop.com, sign up for a demo, and we'll go over the deeper dives that we're able to give you. It doesn't matter what inventory management tool you're on. There's the vAutos, the dealers links, the VinQs, Max Digital. We help all those dealers. We give an added layer of information to help attack the inventory and give you a daily action plan. Hope this is helpful. Again, subscribe to YouTube channel and or a podcast, and